Well, I'm gonna put another hour in on this engine today. And the other day I came in and I got the last one off, and I ended up basically having to destroy it. And funny enough, that was on the best piston, the one that didn't have any rust on it. So interesting. But all the sleeves are off. She's still pretty hard. So, gonna pull the front pulley off, get the oil pump, maybe the oil pump's seized, hoping not. You know, like we got, this rod here is fairly loose. It's hard to tell on this guy. This one here, pretty tight. Yeah. Yeah, the depression is starting to set in here now, but we'll still get it apart. It's like, how do you get it apart? That's the question, man. This is you know, like, be nice if you could pull that piston in a little bit so you can pop that pin out, but I guess we'll just do it one step at a time. That's all that we can do. Okay, so I'm just going to find a socket. We'll whip some of this peripherals off and get the oil pump off, and maybe we can get it to move. I don't know. It's kind of a crapshoot right now. So I'm thinking, with all the dirt, and, you know, we got all this oil leaking here, that this engine, I think what they did was they probably left the crank and everything and just put new pistons in. Just from the way it's looking, you know, because it's not all nice and clean and pretty. Man. The one in here that's just not cooperating very well. Let's heat her up. Eventually they loosen up. See if I can get this one with the vice grips. It's just tough to get in there with all the stuff around it. Well, it's one of the first things my old man taught me when I was working on Volkswagens and I couldn't get these off. Little chisel action. All right. Pop this plate off here. That'll come off really easy. Got some sort of silicone on there. All right, that's seized for sure. Completely rusted now. Just give it a little shot of WD here, just seeing if there's any hope of movement, anything like that. Nope, nothing. So for fun, I brought the Boroscope out, the endoscope. We can take a look inside the engine. Oh man. There's the lifters. Even getting those out might be a bit of a chore. Yeah, there is zero oil in there. If they would have just put oil in, eh? Cam lobe is pretty rusty. Alright, hopefully you can see that, did you? Let's maybe get you a bit of a close-up here. Yeah, she's looking pretty scungy in there. You can kind of see right there where the lifter is. Let me get this thing straighter here just a lot. Cam is pretty rusty. It's a nightmare. All right. There's some of the crankshaft right there. Don't really want to hurt the block any. Case. So just it's coming. Okay, that's seized up. Let's put the crank on her. Okay. Nope. Darn it all. So I got the old slide hammer out now. Let's see if I can pop this pin out. the rod here now. Just gotta make sure she's lined up. It's about as straight as we can get her. Okay. She comes. Good. Now what else? Wait. A little more. That should be good. Should be able to get her out there now. Oh, I guess not. Yeah. Is it out? Oh, there it goes. Right on. Okay, I think what we were doing is we're just hitting on the side of the rod there. So that's what I got going on. I just got an old slide hammer that I built when I was a kid. This is just a piston pin here out of a Mack truck or something. And then I just put a flange nut on here. Not a flange nut, whatever they call those longer nuts. And just put a piece of ready rod nut. It's stretching the threads a little bit, but you know what? If I can get through that with just this, I'll be really happy. So it worked. And I think this one here, I might be able to pound this one through. We'll give it a shot. I'm just using a piece of pipe here. I could build something special, but it'll work. She's tight. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. These pins are really seized, but that's okay. We'll just a little bit of penetrating oil, and hopefully, eventually they're going to come out. We got one out. That's a bonus. And once we get one out, I sprayed some penetrating oil on the inside, and hopefully, the guy can, loosen this up a little bit. Don't know, but I really hope that the rods and, they're just not right seized onto the crankshaft, and the guy can salvage something here. We'll find out. The block seems to be good. Anyway. It's the end of the day. Catch up to you in a bit. Well, these pistons are getting to be real stubborn, so I'm going to have to pound the pin, and then I'm going to cut the pin off, pound it, and eventually it'll come out. Hopefully. Yeah. All right, one more. Stuff. Gotta get out of here. not bad. Pretty tight too. Okay, pistons are out. Well, the seal goes on the flywheel is really nice. All right, start taking it apart. Do a little cleaning down here, I think. Got a couple more to go here. So I just took this off. All right. Now that is dirt, gravel. That's a little concerning when that's in your engine. Oh man. The block is starting to come apart. Though not very easily. But it's coming apart. All right. Success story. Look at the dirt in this thing. I don't know how this happens. The block doesn't look too bad. It looks a little bit corroded, but I think it's going to be fine. Crankshaft, on the other hand, yeah, looking pretty rough. But if these are standard, then a guy can grind the crank. Now let's pull these rods off, see what we got. Crank is really not that bad. This one's nice and loose. Yeah, that crank's looking a little rough, but like I said, if it's standard, then a guy can get that ground. To go into an acid dip, get it all cleaned up first. There's no stamping on the on these bearings to say it's standard or anything like that, so I'm assuming it is. This engine doesn't look like it's been taken apart, you know, on the inside. Oh, just look at that, eh? They would have just put some oil in it. Well, we finally conquered. I bet you I've got well over 6 hours just to pull this engine apart, and of course I wasn't doing it all at the same time. I was letting you know, some of the penetrating oil, you know, do its job. Finally got the pistons out. I had to cut the pin off of this one, it just wouldn't come out. Of course, you know, that was seized in there, had to break that. But a lot of rust, all this dirt was in the engine. How that gets in there, I don't know. But I just can't believe somebody would abuse an engine like this. You know, they put the effort into putting you know, some new pistons and some new sleeves in. Crank, I think, can be saved. Gonna be, you know, be reground. Not too sure about the rods, whether or not, you know, they're gonna be good enough. But you know, the block's okay. You know, it's gonna need a lot of cleaning, a lot of you know, inspection to make sure that it's good first before I'd ever use it for anything. But yeah, I don't know if I'd ever soup this one up. I think what I would do is just go stock on it. And down the road, if a guy needs an engine, it can be fixed. Everything that you see here, we can buy every one of these parts. You can buy a rebuilt engine. They're really getting quite expensive now. I think you could probably rebuild one cheaper than you can buy one. So, that's something that I'm gonna have to figure out. But, I don't know. This was a big job. I never ever imagined in my life that it would take me this long to pull an engine apart. And, yeah, it's hard to, it's hard to grasp something this bad. But we got it apart. Now we just need a project week where we can put it back together. That'd be fun. But I'd really get the Beetle done first. I've got another engine sitting on the floor, so this is not a panic for me. And yeah, a good future project. I like it. Okay, well, that'll end it for today. Now I've got to find some storage boxes, throw all this stuff, and find a spot to store it so that it's not going to get broken anymore. And yeah, comment if you've ever seen an engine this bad before. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.